Hi everyone, welcome to another video. On this channel, I talk about real estate, legal tips and topics, makeup, beauty, fitness, and so much more. So if that sounds good to you, subscribe and hit that notification bell. So every time I upload a video, you'll be the first one to know. All right, so this video is all about a Q&A. So I asked you to send in your questions on Instagram at MekieDoll or MekieDoll, however you pronounce it. And you had quite a few questions to ask. You know, Jamaicans fast. All right, so first question is from Flourish with Alice. And she asks, if given the opportunity, what would be the best advice or tip you would share with a young adult or female? Focus on your goals. Make your goals a priority. I say this because a lot of times as young women, we get into relationships and kind of forget about ourselves a little bit. We kind of put so much into a relationship that we put our goals on the back burner, and that's not good. It's just so important to remember your goals, remember why you started, prioritize what matters to you. I'm not saying that you can't make sacrifices for a relationship, but as a young woman, you really have to focus on what it is that you want as well in life. So another question, what is the greatest challenge or struggle you have ever faced? I believe the greatest challenge I've ever faced is going to law school. It takes a lot of determination and a lot of sacrifices. I remember waking up at 1 a.m. routinely to study. There were just assignments that were due, what seemed to be never-ending assignments. And yeah, I think that was the greatest challenge, and I'm really proud of that accomplishment, and I'm happy I made the right choice. All right. So Antonio asks, are you single? Antonio, why are you in my business? One day at a time, we'll see. Kenya asks, hi Mickey, can you share your advice on how to deal with infidelity? Girl, just leave, girl. No struggle love around here, just leave. Cheating is a sign that there is no respect, and after that I just don't see the trust being repaired. You know, they always compare trust to a broken glass. You can put it back together, but it will never be the same. So I would say just leave. Yeah, find someone who respects you enough. So Lady Drive asks, what dating tips would you give your younger self? Love yourself. Self-love will save you every time. Okay, know what you want and do not compromise. Okay, there are gonna be instances where there are one and two things that, you know, it's really not a big deal, but you have your pretty strong, you know, expectations, like certain things that are just paramount, and you're not gonna compromise on those things. You know, respect, which is basic, being one, and you know, several others that you just don't want to compromise on. So you have to have that standard and really just let them know what you want. You know, just be upfront about it and be prepared to walk away if it is that it's not being served. Anonymous wants to know, what encouraged you to dabble into so many things, law, makeup, real estate, etc.? That's a good question. The thing is, I never started out wanting to do so many things. I believe I really tapped into the things that I'm good at. So public speaking, makeup, art, you know, things that just come naturally to me. And I sort of looked at the career choices or professions that would best suit my talents. So, you know, I wanted to become a doctor at first, an ophthalmologist. That was my passion before. I was so determined to do it. But then I changed my mind in sixth form, and I just stuck with law ever since, and I do not regret it. So essentially, it's just doing the things that I really enjoy and finding career paths that really best suit those talents. And getting into makeup was just natural to me. I just enjoyed doing it. And then with real estate, I have always enjoyed watching HGTV and those programs, you know, with my grandma, and I just really loved it ever since. And I thought it would couple so well with law, and it has, and yeah, no regrets there. So King Arthur asks, does paying off land taxes gives you ownership of that property? Well, this is not legal advice, disclaimer, but generally speaking, paying off someone else's taxes, or property taxes as it's called, does not give you ownership of that property. You have to go through an application process in order to become the registered owner. So if you need more information on that, you can contact me and I'll guide you. We'll set up a legal consultation. Okay. Ooh, this is a good one. How do you manage failure? Wow, this is an important question because, social media sees the end result. They see what seems to be perfect. No perfection over here. It's just all work, hard work, dedication, focus. And, people tend to think that, oh, everything was just nice and smooth. But there were failures along the way. There were times when, I didn't get the grade that I really thought I worked for or wanted. And things just didn't work out with other things. Just life in general throws things at you. But how I deal with it is to just remember why I started. And I love to journal as well. I love to write things down, remind myself what I've accomplished before and what I want to accomplish. And, just give myself that grace and that self-love to just move on to the next chapter. So instead of wasting time sulking about things, I really just, decide on what the next plan of action is. That's really it. Just keep it moving. Someone wants to know, were you very popular at law school? Honestly, I don't think I was very popular. I really just did my work and just went back to my dorm. That's it. I just wanted to get out of there. I just wanted to pass and just close that chapter. I just wanted to get it done, move on to the next chapter. And I don't think I was very popular. I didn't spend much time, after classes or lectures. I would participate in extracurricular activities, clubs and societies. But I think more so I was popular on social media at the time, so maybe people would have known me from there. I didn't run for any, student representative positions or anything. Yeah, I just wanted to be done done with it. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. All right, next question. Where do you usually order your gym clothes? So I order online at Nike. I love Nike. I believe it just feels good on my body, and even when I'm sweating, they have this dry fit technology that just makes me feel dry and comfy, so I love it. That's my number one brand. I also shop locally if I need anything last minute, or at Western Sports or Just Come Warehouse. So those are the top 3 spots, but mostly online or when I travel. Yeah. So did you do any full-time work while going to uni? I knew from earlier that working and studying was not for me, so I didn't. However, while I was at UE, I did do makeup in between classes and lectures, so that was good, working for myself. Afterwards, I pursued studies in corporate governance while I was working at a securities dealer, so that gave me that working and studying kind of vibe. And it was difficult because I was so tired after work, but I made it happen. I studied corporate governance and it was good. So Anonymous wants to know, at what age do you plan to get married? Listen, anytime God says it's time, it will be time. What's your skincare routine? Okay, so I actually just filmed a skincare routine video where I disclose all my products and tools that I use. And I do not have perfect skin, guys, not at all. It's still a work in progress, but I'm gonna upload that video shortly, so I'll give you all those details. Okay, so what's your weight? You are body goals, by the way. All right, so first of all, you should be your own body goals. Don't idolize anyone. I'm happy that you draw inspiration from me in some way, but remember to always prioritize yourself and love yourself at any weight that you are. For me, I fluctuate between 133 and 140 pounds, and yeah, basically all my life, so between 133. But I'm gonna do a weigh and I'll post it on my story at MekieLegal today, so you can check that out, because I really don't know how much I weigh. I really am not sure. I haven't weighed in a long time, so I'm gonna find that out too. I want to know too. What motivates you to work out every day? More than just looking good, I love the way I feel afterwards. You know, that rush of endorphins, that feeling like I can just take on the day and just accomplish everything on my to-do list and tick, tick, tick. So I would say it's definitely the burst of energy for me. Yeah, as well as looking good. I mean, who doesn't want to look good, right? All right, so do you ever get insecure about yourself, and how do you overcome it? I think we all have insecurities, if we're being honest, you know, but I do have things that I'm insecure about, like my skin. I've been working on it. It's a work in progress. People always say, oh, you have such great skin. It's a lot of work, you know, and I'm still not there yet. So I'm gonna let you guys know, you know, the process. I'm gonna take you through the history. I'm gonna post before and after pictures, not now, but you know, when I get there. But definitely my skin, I want beautiful clear skin. You know, sometimes I'm doing makeup and my client has just perfect skin and they're just finding all these faults, and I'm like, girl, where? Your skin is perfect. But yeah, I would say for sure my skin, but I'm working on it. What is your favorite book of all time? I would say within the past year, it has definitely been The Power of Now. I believe that's my favorite of all time, like top. I mean, I'm reading a couple others now, but that really stands out to me. You know, some books that you just have to go back and reread a chapter just to let it sink in and marinate again. Yeah, so The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I hope I didn't butcher his name, but yeah, I love it. It reminds me to be present and to appreciate every single moment. So, and that's what I try to leave with my followers as well and my YouTube fam. So, advice for scholarship application. What are some things that you think are important? Definitely giving your background, stating how you plan to give back if you are a successful applicant. And of course, make sure you have the grades. Make sure you maintain those grades. Throughout the UE, I had to maintain a high GPA in order to keep my scholarships and bursaries. So I would say definitely, you know, maintain a high GPA as well when you do get that scholarship, and do not forget to give back in any way that you can. What's your advice on a young adult wanting to move out? And by moving out, I'm assuming you mean move out of your parents' home. Now, firstly, it depends on your financial position, of course, but also I hope that your reason for moving out isn't because of societal pressures. You have to remember that people will post all sorts of things, you know, they're enjoying living alone and all of that, which is great too in itself, having that experience. You shouldn't feel pressured to move out right away. And if it is that you're not in a financial position, you know, don't put your hat where you can't reach it in terms of finding an apartment and paying rent and all of that. However, if you have it like that, definitely you can move out and, you know, gain that experience. But for those who don't, you know, readily have the funds, I would say, unless the situation is so burdensome, I would say stick it out a little bit. It's good to be home and saved. But of course, if you're ready, you can contact me as well as a realtor associate, and I can find an apartment for you, or if you're looking to purchase as well. All right. How do you deal with naysayers? Now, you know, Jamaicans and just people in general, if you look at the comments on Instagram on any post, you're bound to find some negative comments because people just love to be negative, I guess. But you know what? You have to block it out. So what I do, I personally just block it out and just focus on what it is that I'm trying to accomplish, and I give myself grace. So if it's something that I'm trying for the first time, like YouTube for example, I give myself grace and give myself time to improve. Just focus on why I started and what I want to accomplish. All right guys, it was fun answering all your questions. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. And if you liked it, as usual, please subscribe, like, and share. And yeah, stay tuned for another video very, very soon. And remember, as always, stay present and enjoy each moment. I'll see you in another video. Bye.